In today's episode, I'm taking a look at another affordable fragrance that smells exactly like a very expensive niche scent. This is produced by Sterling Perfumes, who produce all the Armaf range, but this one goes under the brand name of Oros Pure, which is a line of 6 high quality inspired by fragrances, and this particular one is the Leather Gold, which is a copy of Ombre Nomade by Louis Vuitton. So, to find out what my first impressions of this one are and whether I'd recommend it, stay tuned to this episode of Mags Frags. Yes, hello again and welcome to this latest episode of Mags Frags, where it's the fragrance that's the star of the show. My name's Paul and today's scent of the day is Oros Pure Leather Gold, which is a spicy leather fragrance and comes in an eau de parfum concentration. I bought this one from the Notino website, which was on offer at the time, and I paid £45 down from £67 for this 100ml bottle size. Compared to some of the other Middle Eastern copy fragrances that I've recently reviewed though, it is on the pricier side, but compared to the original Ombre Nomade, which retails for £305, this is still not too bad value for money at 6 times less the price of the original. Okay, so into the presentation, and you do get a really good first impression with this one, to be honest. And the fragrance comes in a really strong, rigid presentation box that's wrapped in plastic when you first get it, and has a black ribbon which is wrapped around it, and it just looks really nice. It's a satin black textured box with a couple of metal plaques stuck to the front featuring the name of the scent, and then down at the bottom you've also got the concentration, which is printed in like a metallic gold colour. Then around the back is a sticker containing all your product information, your barcode and the batch code, and the batch code on this one is 343650, and it also states that it's made in France. To access the bottle, you just remove the whole front, and inside the first thing that you'll find is a piece of paper stating that the bottle contains a genuine Swarovski crystal on the cap, and also there's a little verse which, to be fair, doesn't make that much sense to me, to be honest. You also get a foam insert and this little card which introduces you to all the other fragrances in this particular line. Finally, you arrive at the bottle, which you need to really wrestle out of the box, and it's really stuck firmly into this velour surround. And then once you've actually got to the bottle and you've finally removed it, it does actually feel quite decent in quality. And this heavy brown translucent bottle with gold accents just looks really nice. You do get another gold plaque on the front, and as you can see, you've got the Swarovski crystal which is mounted into the round black and gold cap, which in this case is plastic and just slides over the atomizer, but doesn't click into place, so be very careful not to pick it up by the cap, otherwise it'll just drop off. You get a gold atomizer with the Oros branding etched into it, and then you get a gold atomizer, and the spray is really decent enough, and I think the overall quality of this is pretty decent, and I think it could pass as a very expensive niche perfume when you've just got it in your displayed in your collection. Okay, so into the note breakdown we go, and the top notes in this are rose, raspberry and saffron. In the heart we've got birch and geranium, and the base notes in this are agar wood, benzoin, incense and amber wood. Okay, so this one opens up quite tart with the raspberry and the saffron producing quite a sour but yet bright and spicy introduction to the fragrance, with just maybe a touch of fruity sweetness also in there. The raspberry note will make you think of the opening of Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather. However, it's not long before you'll get plenty of that rose note and the oud or agar wood coming through, and then it goes off into like a different direction, which is more towards maybe a sweeter, leathery main accord with a touch of spice and a bit of smokiness thrown in. And I'd say that this is a very rich, luxurious smelling fragrance with like a Middle Eastern quality to it. And to my nose, it's like a hybrid of Tuscan leather, Baccarat Rouge 540, and also oud for greatness. And if you're familiar with how Ombre Nomade smells, then you won't fail to recognise the scent DNA straight away as soon as you spray this for the first time. It's basically a one-to-one clone, and if there is any difference whatsoever, I certainly couldn't notice it, and I'd never be able to tell the difference between the two if I was to blind test them side by side. However, if you haven't smelt the original Ombre Nomade, I'd say that it isn't the safest of blind buys, and I suppose it might be slightly challenging to anyone who's not experienced many niche fragrances before, so it's not going to appeal to everyone. It's got a darker, mysterious, niche quality to it that sometimes does come off a little bit intense, but it never fails to get me noticed and complimented whenever I'm wearing it, and it's definitely one of those scents that just smells better in the air than it does up close. In my personal opinion and from my experience with it, it leans a little bit more masculine than it does feminine, but women seem to absolutely love it, and I'd say it's right up there in being one of my all-time best compliment pullers. The dry down is quite a bit darker and way more woody smelling, and this is possibly where it's the most masculine. But on the whole, it's a super high class, sexy smelling fragrance that is pretty much a perfect replica of the original, and possibly the best copy of Ombre Nomade that I think I've smelled. Although the perfume parlour version of it is not too bad either, and it's probably not too far behind this one. So that's if you can't find this, the perfume parlour one is also definitely worth checking out. Yeah, this is more suited to the autumn and winter months, but you could also get away with wearing it on a cooler day during the springtime. It's definitely more suited to wear dressed up for maybe a swanky evening do, and I do know plenty of people that wear this as a work scent during the day, but just for me, I just find it maybe a little bit heavy and a bit intense in my opinion, just to wear it as a daytime scent, but each to their own, I suppose. It does also have a more grown-up and sophisticated scent profile, so it's definitely going to smell more authentic, coming off someone with a little bit more of a mature age to them, maybe 30 years and upwards. Yeah, this is an EDP concentration, so it is really long lasting with a super strong projection. It's actually a little bit too strong for me sometimes, and it's definitely a massive room filler that will choke people out if you go too heavy on the sprayer. I always tend to go quite light with this one, and I only ever really apply 2 or 3 sprays maximum, and that just seems to be the sweet spot where everyone that I come into close proximity with will ask me what I'm wearing and tell me that it smells absolutely great. But any more than that, and I kind of get more negative comments like people asking me if I've taken a bath in my aftershave, etc. So with this one, I would say that less is definitely more, and it really is a genuine big hitter. Yeah, so in summary, like I said in the intro, this is a little bit more on the pricier side for a Middle Eastern copy fragrance, but boy, it's worth it. It's basically Ombre Nomade in a slightly different looking bottle for just £260 less. The presentation is actually really good on it in its own right, and the performance, I'd say, is really beast mode. It's kind of a huge performer. The only thing I would say about this scent DNA though is just basically in general it is quite divisive and challenging, so it's well worth trying out a little sample of the original in your nearest department store before you go splashing out even £45 on a full bottle of this. It's also not the easiest fragrance to find, and it keeps going out of stock everywhere, so if that's the case, then I'd say the Perfume Parlour's version is also a brilliant copy of Ombre Nomade, and that one's called Card Wonder if you're interested in trying that one out. But overall, as clones go, you'll struggle to find one that's more accurate to the original than this, so for that reason I'm going to give it a straight 10 out of 10. Okay, so that's about it for this latest episode, but don't forget, coming up all this week, I've got a few more of these Middle Eastern inexpensive copies for you to talk about, and then I am definitely going to get back to featuring some more original designer fragrances. And as always, guys, if you have got any value from this video and you found it useful in any way, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to also subscribe to the channel. It's also great to hear all your opinions and your thoughts and your critiques on all of the fragrances that feature in these reviews. So don't forget to keep your comments coming down in the comments section. So once again, thank you very much for tuning into this latest episode. Stay safe, keep smelling fresh, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye bye for now.